How old are the characters in Arcane Season 2? According to one of the writers, Powder is 11 to 12 in Act 1 of Season 1. Since 6 to 7 years have passed, Jinx is now around 18 to 19. Vi was 15 in Act 1, so she's 22 to 23 now. Caitlyn is about the same age as Vi, so she's also 22 to 23. Jace was 24 in Act 1, making him 31 now. Echo is closest to Jinx's age, about a year older, so he's around 19 to 20. Mel is 33 and Victor is 32. Heimerdinger is 314 years old. According to the Arcane Wiki, Ambessa is in her 50s, Maddie is in her early 20s, and Isha is dead. Which Arcane character is around your age? Comment below.
What? He's so sick. Oh my god, he's so fucking sick. Let's go. He's way better than in the video game. Oh my god.
I know it hurts you, but I need.
How tall are the Arcane characters? According to the creator Christian Link, Jace is 184 centimeters or 6 foot. Victor and Vi are both 172 centimeters or 5'8. Jinx is 164 or 5'4, while Echo is a bit taller at 168 centimeters or 5'6. Mel stands at 175 centimeters or 5'9, and Sabika is slightly taller than Jace at 6'1. Caitlyn is supposed to be 185 centimeters or 6'1, taller than Jace, but I think they changed it in the final product. But Vander towers at 6'2. Heimerdinger is just 100 centimeters or 3'2", but the shortest is actually Isha, who's 6 feet below the ground because she's dead. And Silco is 177 centimeters or 5'10". Which character is around your height? Comment below.
Genuine question for all the Arcane fans, but why does everyone hate Jace? I remember after I finished watching the first season of Arcane when it first came out, I hopped online only to find out that Jace is one of the most hated characters in the entire show. Like, people genuinely hate on this man more than they hate on characters like Silco. And I just finished watching season 1 for a second time, and after watching it again, I genuinely can't understand why people hate him so much. Like, all the criticisms that I see about him are crazy to me. I've seen people say crazy things like he pushed Victor to the side and took all the fame for himself. He literally told Victor to come on stage with them to present their work, and Victor told him no. He told Jace to do it by himself. And look, people get mad at how he did Heimerdinger, but he wasn't necessarily wrong. Like, they needed solutions in that moment, and because of Heimerdinger's lifespan and how long he lives, he doesn't have any sense of urgency when it comes to a human life and how fast they need to work. And then people get mad that he made a deal with Silco, but it was literally either that or war. Like, Jace knew the Topsiders would have won that war, but he was trying to prevent people in the Undercity from dying in mass amounts. I don't understand how people get mad at him for that. And look, you might not like some of the decisions he made, but I genuinely think, like, if you were in his shoes and you had to make these decisions, like, these were reasonable decisions that a lot of people would have made.
Arcane is the only video game adaptation that I've seen that people say don't play the game, and rightfully so. If you have played League of Legends, which I hope you haven't, you understand that the game is something else. Gameplay wise, I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks very boring. But I will say it is very addictive, especially if you play ranked. And outside the community, because that's a whole different discussion, the characters that are featured in Arcane in League, specifically Vi, Caitlyn, Jace, and even Jinx, are much different. Like, the lore for them in League of Legends is vastly different, along with their personalities as well. Jinx is a perfect example of this. In the game prior to Arcane, we just thought she was just crazy. That was it. Now in Arcane, we got more info behind her and her mentality and why did she become the way that she is, which I think was a perfect decision. However, regardless of how good that decision was, still would not recommend playing that game. So yeah, go watch Arcane. Go enjoy it. but do not touch the game. Anyway, have a good one.
I'm sorry, but what do you mean you cut out 60 minutes from the final episode of Arcane and almost all of it was about Jinx and Echo? To be more specific, it was going to be everything that happens from the moment Echo first talks to Jinx in the final episode all the way up until the final battle. What do you mean it was supposed to be some touching moment that everybody really liked animating? What do you mean? They made themselves, like, they made each other fucking costumes. Like, had the straight up bonding activities. Actually would have given Echo some closure. Like, I'm not even kidding. No. The creator, like, doing, like, a live stream afterwards, like, doing Q&As, says, like, oh yeah, there was, like, 60 minutes of, like, the relationship between, Echo and Jinx that we just cut out of the final episode because we were a little bit pressed for time. Yo, yeah, no, it's animated and everything, but we were kind of pressed. Oh, and yeah, we also cut out scenes of Echo in the first season that were going to make things make more sense to why Echo and Jinx don't like each other. Yeah, like parts of Echo's character development, yeah, we just straight up took out of the first season because, why not? Like, what do you mean? You can't just say, oh yeah, bro, we animated some really touching scenes that just didn't make the final cut, but, you know, you'll get them next time. What do you mean by that? We're not getting another season! I guess the only, like, the thing that's gonna help me cope with it is the fact that he's already, like, said that, oh yeah, no, there's gonna be a future where we're gonna be talking about Jinx and Echo. They'll meet each other again. Like, bro just straight up admits that Jinx survived the final episode, but people still think she's dead. But 60 minutes of Echo and Jinx scenes that you just cut out of the final episode? Because, why not? Brother!
This was a needed reminder for him that Jinx was a creation of her surroundings,
yes,
not something innate to Powder.
Yes.
Echo's the only person that watched her transformation in real time. Vander was gone. Vi is in prison. So the only person who actually knew Powder and then watched her become Jinx is Echo.
Yeah.
Because he is the only person who saw her change in real time, he's been one of the people that's like, Powder's gone. She became this person because of circumstances, but it's not who she is at her core.
I also think that scene when he takes Powder to see the mural that he made of Vi, he says, I used to dream the Undercity could be like this, but somewhere I got consumed by all the ways it wasn't. Where he was prioritizing his time is a temporary fix to what the people of Zaun were dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
The tree starts to wither away, and you get the sense of what they had established can't really last because of what Piltover was doing with that environment. So until you deal with that, what you're trying to build here, it won't last. Them matching together makes perfect sense to me. It didn't feel out of left field. You could make the case that Jinx and Echo suffered the most because as the story unfolds in season 1, they're still stuck in Zaun. And they're honestly still having to live with the rule of Silco, who with all of, his ambitions was not doing the greatest.
The scene that they did in season 1 with Echo and Jinx fighting on the bridge, you don't get a lot of time with Echo and Jinx together, but that scene in and of itself established like this sort of child-like relationship that they had when they were younger. Like they were age peers. So it established that there is a lot of history. I felt like the scene where they were dancing in this first episode to me reminded me of the scene on the bridge. Something about it felt very similar.
Yeah.